Well, hello everybody again. Now this is, because you're dealing with a very professional person here, all right? This is my third attempt to do this video. The first one, I had the radio playing in the background, so you could hear that and da-da-da-da with YouTube, you know how it is. And then I set the tripod up and all of this stuff, and didn't even have myself in frame. I don't know how I pulled that off. So, being a high quality professional YouTuber the way I am, this is my third try, and you know what they say about three strikes. So anyway, what I'm going to do here is give a little video of my 1972 GT750 Lemans. I know that it's a lot of people still own them, and it's a cool old bike. I was going to do a cold start video, but that's the first video I screwed up, so it's already warmed up, and it is what it is, but it took, I don't know, four kicks. So anyway, this is the old girl over here, sitting right here, and in all of her glory. And I'm just going to clip this into, I'll do a little close-up video of it. So, okay, there is all of its beauty. It's all of this stuff I had to repaint, obviously, because of I used to do syringe actually, and but it really came out good. Dual leading edge front brakes with the air intakes, really pieces of jewelry. It really is amazing. They don't work well, but overall it really came out good. I'm not sure if I get the whole thing in frame here, but anyway, there we go. And the gauges, I don't know if you can see those with the, but anyway, it's got a cool silhouette in the back with the four pipes. It's really cool. But okay, I'm gonna jiggle this around and put it in my thing. Here's my big gut. So anyway, I'm gonna kneel down here, and so I can talk here. But this bike, the story of this thing is, I don't know if I've had the bike, I think, for a year, maybe two now. You lose track. I got from the original owner up in Mexico, Maine, of all places. Cool dude. He builds outboard racing motors. Very cool. Just a nice guy. We got along really well. And he bought the bike when it was brand new. Put all of 4,200 and some odd miles on it, and parked it in his garage and never touched it again. And that's where it's at for 41 years before I saw it on Marketplace and badgered the living heck out of the poor guy to get the bike. It was it looked like it had sat in a barn for 41 years. You know, all the chrome bits were orange from rust, and I didn't think they would come back, to be honest with you. I thought I was going to have to source a bunch of parts for the bike, but amazingly, all of that stuff came out amazingly well. Thank you, Evapo Rust, and a lot of rubbing and polishing. But I'll let you see the motor in all of its glory. There you go. That's a better way to look. And other than rubber bits, stuff up top side here, and the intake boots, those are new. The tires are new. New float bowls because they had literally rotted off. They crushed in my hand when I picked up the carburetors. The radiator hoses had to be replaced because they were literally as hard as rock. They wouldn't seal anymore, which you'd expect. But that's it. Everything else on the bike is as it came from the factory. Every bit, toolboxes, just everything is as it was. And so it's a testament how well these bikes age, even though it just sat, you know, uncovered in a barn. But the amazing part of it is that the crank seals and stuff like that didn't harden up, and you know, and of course I'd have to do a complete motor breakdown. I did not have to do that. After doing the carburetors and cleaning out the cooling system, because the coolant had turned to it had crystallized. It was just green crystals, and that took weeks of purging and cleaning to get that out of the motor without having to disassemble the motor. And put it all back together, and I don't know, 10 or 15 kicks, it fired off. And other than doing some points adjustment, which it has the original points still in it, it's been a great bike. I've put I don't know, it's got 6,900 miles on it now, almost just shy of 7, and up, that's about 3,000 miles I put on the bike, and it's been flawless. Everywhere you go with the motorcycle, people are all over you because either they grew up with one of these or their dad grew up on having one. You go to the bike week down at Laconia, and it is you don't have a moment to yourself because people are just constantly asking you bike. Hardcore Harley guys are all gaga over it because, you know, that's what they grew up around, you know. So it's quite a conversation piece wherever you go, and it's just a very cool bike to ride. The brakes, they're okay for what they are, but you have to plan to brake. So if you know you're coming up to a corner, you drag them slightly with the get a little bit of heat into them, and all of a sudden you can feel them start to grab, and then you can do a proper grab. But I mean, cold, they a little scary. But it handles well. It's easy to drag pipes because I'm so used to leading over so far with my sport bikes in the past. I drag stuff on it all the time, but you know, I only ride it within its specs. You know, I don't fly around on this thing. It's a cruiser bike. But it sounds fantastic. I'll do a little bit of video of a ride by, so you can see it running and me going by. But I don't have anybody here to hold the camera and pan as I go by, so it'll be, maybe you can hear the thing. But I'll fire it up and you'll be able to hear it run. And hope you enjoy it. Get off the ground. It's the hard part. So I'm going to get the camera up here, and what I'll do is I will put it over here with a cauliflower ear. I'm sure that'll be okay, and I am just going to do a ride by, and I'll stop in front and talk to you. Okay. So I'll do the old, it does have electric start, but I like kicking. Without having somebody do a pan when you go by and stuff like that, all you can do, also you're out of frame, and you know it's all about listening to the bike. It really is music that comes out of these old two-strokes, and by today's standards, they do nothing well They don't handle well. The brakes are horrendous. You know, you drag parts easy, but you know, you're not riding it to be a speed demon anymore. You're out there just to enjoy the motorcycle and have the experience of being on one of these old bikes. You know, the 72 being the first Japanese motorcycle with liquid cooling to come into the United States is pretty cool to have a first run of something. They were released in Japan in 1971, but not released to the U.S. until 72. They ran them like this until I think 73, maybe I think it was 74. You could get a disc brake for the front, and obviously it's way better, but it's not as cool looking. You know, I would rather have the dual leading edge drums, just because they are. It's a piece of art and piece of jewelry on the front of this motorcycle, and you ride it accordingly. It's just a fun bike to ride. I sent pictures and videos of it to the original owner, so he could see the bike run and that it was back on the planet again. And in my restorations, I spend a lot of time buffing and polishing and that kind of stuff. But if there's unless the tanks are just rusted through the paint, it's rusted off the tanks, I want it original as possible. This bike here was just a lot of compounding and buffing to get the paint to come back up through. There's a lot of cracking in the stripes that you see on the bike, but that's just from age. You can see a little bit of where the clear coat on this side of the gas tank is worn off a little bit, but amazingly, all the other paint work came out beautiful. It looks brand new. But I'm not willing to do any painting to something like this because it takes away from the originality. It's only original one time, and it's just a honor to own one of these old bikes and have that back on the road and just have that visceral feel when you're riding an old 3-cylinder 2-stroke. It's just it's the coolest freaking thing. But anyway, that's what I wanted to show you. And let me put it in neutral. And I'll do a little side thing so you can see it on all its beauty. And I'll come over because I don't have a remote control. And that's it. So I hope you enjoy that. I'll do one of the GT380. I'll do one tomorrow if the weather's good. And that's it. So thank you very much.